Welcome to Independence High School for tonight's final game of the WCTV Game of the Week season. Michael Williams alongside Paul Breece as we are set to rock with the two, probably Paul Breece, best teams in the county, at least on paper tonight. And this one is for all the marbles.
Michael Williams, I'm excited. I mean, the high school season didn't look promising to start, but here we are the last week before playoffs, and we're going to make it.
Trey Thomas set to receive on the opening kickoff. Ball sails through the end zone, and the Ravenwood Raptors, who we've heard about, Paul Breece, all year long, but have not seen yet, they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Well, we're going to give it our best shot to read these numbers. The gold numbers on the white uniforms.
Not the easiest in the world, so
tough.
bear with us.
We're very fortunate that we've seen Independence, I think, 5 times, so we're kind of used to their uniforms. A jet sweep here.
Brendan Dickinson, rather, the quarterback, and jet sweep, as Coach Breece said, gains maybe a yard as it's run out of bounds over there on the left side.
Yeah, I believe that was Justin Smitherman on the carry. So we're going to get kind of a opening drive here of Ravenwood that we're going to have to learn who's here and who's not here, right?
So the opening play gains maybe a yard. This time,
quarterback keeper.
I believe it was Trevor Andrews, the senior quarterback. He'll take it up close to the 25-yard line.
Trevor Andrews having to follow the big shoes of Brian Garcia, the record-setting quarterback at Ravenwood.
Indy hustling people off the field as Ravenwood sets again. Andrews again, this time out to the flat. Catch is made. Ball comes free at the end, but I believe it's going to be down by contact. Catch was made by Ross Johnston, the senior wideout. Close to the first down, close to the 30-yard line. And Paul Breece, 4th down and 3. Are we going to roll the bones already?
Absolutely. I don't see Coach Matt Daniel do anything different unless they're going to try to play chess here and see if they can draw them offside with a lot of movement, a lot of formation shifts here, and see if they can have someone jump as we see multiple guys.
Running on, running off. Andrews again. This time he'll keep it himself. Runs up into the pile, and he will cross the 30-yard line. The players point first down, but we will It is a first down, so the sticks move, and Ravenwood again on 4th down and 2. They pick up the 4th down deep in their own territory.
Well, pretty gutsy call with the region championship on the line.
So 1st and 10, this time across the middle, and the catch is made. Try to get a number for you.
That's 15, Lee Millette.
Millette on the carry. So 4 plays in a first down and now 1 play in a first down as Millette takes the ball up to about the 43-yard line where the Raptors have it 1st down and 10. Indy in the driver's seat. They win this game. They are Region 6-6A champs. A little bit more muddied if Ravenwood wins this one. Let Paul Breece explain that one here in a second. Justin Smitherman, I believe, number 21, the running back.
Thanks, Michael Williams.
As he runs it up to the 44-yard line.
Well, obviously, if Indy wins, it's region champs for them. But Brentwood's got to beat Centennial tonight. They would finish 2nd with the head-to-head win over Ravenwood. Ravenwood 3rd, and Franklin has sewn up the 4th spot. And I'll give you the situation if Ravenwood wins after this.
So 2nd down and 10 as the previous play gained 0 yards. Back to pass and flushed out.
A lot of landscape here.
And again, that's Andrews, and he will take it to the right side. He has plenty of daylight for the first down, and he's into Indy territory.
So Ravenwood, if they happen to pull this game off, will take the number 1 spot. Indy will be 2. Brentwood 3. No. Check that. Ravenwood would not be 1 if Brentwood wins. They need Centennial to win.
Andrews this time again, the jet sweep over to the left side. That's Justin Smitherman. And Smitherman works his way across the 35-yard line into Indy territory and again picks up the first down. So after 4 plays on the opening kickoff, Ravenwood kind of in a rhythm now, and the Eagles a bit on their heels now.
Well, Ravenwood's doing a fantastic job keeping Independence D on their heels because of a different formation shifts.
Again, Smitherman weaving his way through traffic and up close to the 25-yard line. He's shy of the first down. Indy comes into this game 4-0 in the region, 6-1 overall. We saw the 1 loss. That seems like just yesterday, but it was an eternity ago.
Yeah. It was warm weather back then.
The loss to Summit. Andrews again looking, and touchdown. Try to get the receiver for you.
Andrews to Ross Johnston. Yeah.
Who catches it down there in the corner. And Ravenwood quickly on the board, 7:28 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, if we catch a replay of this, I'll explain what happens even if we don't have a replay of it after this kick. Ross Johnson did a fantastic job as Trevor Andrews extended the play.
The try after is straight and true, and Ravenwood on the board first. 7:28 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 is your opening score.
Very businesslike, Michael Williams, the Ravenwood Raptors. Did just basically came down the field after 4th and 2 early on in the drive, converted, and then it was just 10-yard play. Trevor Andrews, fantastic job. This first receiver that wasn't open on that last play, and receiver Ross Johnston took off to the corner of the pylon, and Trevor Andrews, very headsy, found him. But, the thing that I saw on that particular drive was the great offensive line play by the Raptors. They really didn't get a lot of pressure on Andrews through that whole series.
So Brooks Sapone set to receive, the sophomore defensive back. He's got his heels on the goal line for Indy. Squib kick will come up just a little short to the up back. Finds a bit of a seam. Chase Harmon, the up back, and he crosses the 30-yard line, so decent field position now for Indy. We get to see Paul Breece, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in Williamson County in quite some time, and Jackson Campbell. We've had a season to watch this young man, and he's just gotten better with every game. So 1st and 10. Here's Campbell rolling to his left, tries to find a crease, and he'll be locked up by number 5. That's Colson, Junior Colson. Looked to have some daylight, but Colson closed the door in a hurry as Campbell gets up to the 35-yard line, maybe a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Well, if you've never seen Jackson Campbell, the quarterback for Independence, you got to realize this young man's really not a quarterback, right? He's all-state defensive back. And you talked about development through the season. Wow, we've seen this kid grow since game 1 for sure.
So 2nd down and 8. Campbell again quickly out to the right side and finds Ty Lockwood on the quick hitter out to the 45-yard line, and Lockwood spins and twists to the 46. He's got the first down for Indy.
Todd Lockwood, the sophomore, Michael Williams, has become a favorite receiver that we've seen Jackson Campbell hook up with here the last few times we've been here on our WCTV Game of the Week.
We'll get you here to talk a second, Paul Breece, about Ravenwood's opponents this year. They've been kind of all over the Southeast. As Campbell in trouble, he'll tuck and run and get back to the line of scrimmage before he's run out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ravenwood had a lot of Davidson County Metro schools scheduled early on in their schedule, and obviously those games were not played due to the COVID protocol set by Metro, right? So they had to go out and find a few more teams to play, and one of those was IMG Academy, ESPN Game of the Week, and we'll talk about that here.
Campbell again keeping all the way and gets up close to midfield. He'll maybe a yard on the play.
You know, so back to that whole IMG Academy thing. They originally already had Pulaski Academy, a team out of Arkansas.
Is that out of Arkansas?
Yeah, on their schedule. IMG, Coach Daniel reached out to them, and they obliged and came up here and played, and it was an eye-opening experience. And hey, you know, probably. Well, we'll tell you here after this play.
3rd down and 8 now, and that one is knocked down as Campbell tries to get over that defensive line. Couldn't tell who got the big mid up there, but that brings up 4th down and 8. And Paul Breece.
Yeah, that may have been number 70, Roman Bunza.
Coach Blade not marching his
you know what?
punt team out there.
How many times have we seen the Independence kick punter this season out of the 4 or 5 times we've been down here? It's on one hand, right?
4th down and 8. Campbell backs up. He'll go ahead and take the direct kick to see if it takes a Indy bounce, and it does, and will die there at the 15-yard line. So Ravenwood takes over 1st down and 10 from their own 15, 5:24 to go here in the first quarter.
You know, and Coach Matt Daniel, you know, jokingly said on the WCTV Coaches Show about, you know, picking up the games that, you know, if you looked at their schedule right on paper, they would have probably called them winnable games, and then they replaced them with some more formidable opponents like CPA and IMG Academy. You know, the tiebreaker is overall wins in region play, so kind of put themselves in a handcuffs position with 4 losses.
The sweep again to Smitherman. Stays on his feet, crosses the 25-yard line, and it's good enough for a 1st down on 1st down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, kudos to that offensive line of Ravenwood. They're just giving Smitherman and Andrews protection and time to run, and it's a problem, I think.
So the Raptors quickly back to the line. 1st down and 10. We tick to 5 minutes to go here. Smitherman again, they fake it. Andrews rolls out looking, going deep this time. There's Smitherman. He'll have it. And Smitherman, number 21, takes it to the house.
Wow.
Touchdown, Ravenwood.
73 yards. And this is not the start that I would say that a lot of us saw coming. Justin Smitherman making a name for himself.
They fake that to Smitherman. He rolls out untouched on that right side and has nothing but green in front of him. And he goes 73 yards for the touchdown. Kick is up, and just like that, 4:47 to go. Knocked the flag off.
Wow.
The quick score here, 14-0, as Ravenwood jumps on top, 4:47 to go here in the first quarter. And these Indy Eagles come in here in this game with a ton of confidence, having beaten Brentwood last week, and they have been kind of smacked in the mouth a little bit, Paul
Absolutely.
Breece.
That was not the start that they wanted to see. And, you know, to be honest with you now, Ravenwood's up 14-0. You know, their fans over there are now all of a sudden checking their phones to see if they can become Centennial Cougar fans. They really need your Cougars, right, to come through for them to take the region title. Here's another funny story. We talk about, finishing second is not always the bad thing, right? And so really whoever finishes second in this region may have the easier road in the playoffs. And we'll discuss that in a moment, Michael Williams.
Alec Delpergang set to kick it away. He squibs it again up short. And mishandled, and this time, I believe that Saponi comes up and fields the ground ball. And again, bad starting position here for Independence on the squib kick.
Well, you talk about all three phases of the game, right? Well, Ravenwood has all of a sudden just become check mark the box off in the special teams. That's twice that they've kicked it to the, I would say not the up back, and he's had a hard time handling it.
What, do you change your game plan out of the gates here? 14-0, or do you?
No.
Again, Jackson Campbell. He can get you in that. Again, we see that every single week with Independence.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you talk about not changing game plan, they're going to do that and as many times as they can to get that free 5.
So the shift on the offensive line causes the defensive front to jump. Encroachment, just like that, a free 5 yards for your first down and 5. Gets you up close to the 20-yard line, maybe a little bit of more daylight. Trey Hartwell, the big sophomore running back, gets up to the 20-yard line.
Trey Hartwell on the carry for Independence.
Well, I think Ravenwood has got a chip on their shoulder.
I think you might be right. These guys come in here with kind of a fire at their feet. We were here a couple of weeks ago for Indy and Dixon County, and as Paul Breece indicates with the laugh there, a bit of a rout.
Yeah.
Second down and 3. Again, this time over the middle.
Oh, I believe it
maybe got a
tipped. Yeah, right.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage, brings up third down now for Independence.
On the hot route there, Ty Lockwood couldn't reach back and reel that one in. So third down and 3. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Just joining us, hopefully you're here with us on Facebook or YouTube. Ravenwood jumps out to a quick 14-0 lead. Third and 3 from the 20. Campbell rolling to his left, looking, firing, going for his receiver intended for Calvin Wilson. And that one falls short. And now, Paul Breece, this deep in your own territory on 4th down and 3. Scott Blades. This time he'll march his regular punt unit out.
I think that is probably the best bet as far as concerning your field position, right? But a 3 and out by the Indy Eagles. And Ravenwood should have great field position after this punt.
I need these boys to turn their shoulders to me so that I can see their numbers. They stand sideways and I can't see their numbers. Kicks away. And the punt is fielded by Ross Johnston. Scored a touchdown a little while ago. And again, Paul Breece, Ravenwood takes over 1st and 10 in Indy territory and set up for, well, I won't say success just yet, but they're set up pretty good right here as we take to 3:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, anytime you can get your drive to start out on your opponent's side of the field, it's always got to make the offensive coordinator's playbook a little more open, and a lot of things that can happen here.
So 1st down and 10. This one goes out to Smitherman again on that left side, and Smitherman takes a couple of tacklers with him down that sideline.
I mean, it's amazing how just a little out right there to Smitherman, and they get a 10-yard first down. I mean, tremendous blocking by the receivers out there.
So Smitherman picks up the first down. The ball is inside the 40-yard line. First down and 10 for Ravenwood. These Raptors ranked pretty highly in the state as the season began. This time Smitherman once again, and this time roped down. Couldn't tell who the tackler was. Hang tight for me.
I'm going to go 34, Jackson Rosenbaum.
So Rosenbaum is able to corral Smitherman for no gain on the play. Maybe a pickup of 2. Brings up second down and 8.
So Indy right here needs a very short gain or a negative play right here to get a little confidence here on defense.
Moving around, a little confusion there.
Well,
as a couple of receivers on the left side are trying to get set.
Keep an eye on Ross Johnston. There he is.
Ball is outside to Johnson again, and Johnson has a bit of daylight. He's up to the 25-yard line, and yet Paul Breece, another first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how myself standing up here and sees Ross Johnson, I was like 85% sure the ball was going to go to him. But
what was the other 15%?
The 15% was a handoff to Smitherman. It may be that Johnston was the decoy.
First and 10 from the Indy 25-yard line. Again, Andrews. Little gain on the play. I think the ball may have popped free, and that's why you saw a couple of Indy defenders dive on it. Pickup of, we'll see where they spot it. Maybe a yard on the play. Well, they'll give him actually 2 yards on the play, so second down and 8. This one should take off right at 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Andrews again out to the flat. Catch is made. Flag comes in a little bit late.
That could have been offensive pass interference. They looked like they were blocking downfield before he caught it.
Brendan Dickinson on the reception. Ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. We'll see exactly what the flag is. That's exactly right, Paul Breece. So they'll march Ravenwood back a little bit on this one.
Well, that's a negative play, and you just got to keep making those kind of things happen. You don't want the referees to help you out at all, but if you can make a negative play any way you can, I guess.
So the penalty will move the ball back to the 30-yard line of Indy. Second down and 20.
Second and long for the Raptors.
Indy defense has to come to life here. 2 touchdowns early. Again on the sweep, or thought the sweep, had me fooled on that one.
That's a tremendous play. I think it's Josh Owens. Maybe. I don't. Is that 18 or?
The defender?
Yeah, he got a tip right there.
Josh Owens on the defense.
Yes.
Johnston again, the intended receiver.
Or maybe that's Josh Moore. Josh Moore, the linebacker, number 10. Either way, headsy play. 3rd and 15, probably the worst offensive spot the Raptors have been put in tonight.
Can Indy pin their ears back and stop them on 3rd and 15? Andrews again in trouble. Tries to escape. Looking and still dancing. Looking deep. And this time pass is picked off. Down at the 15-yard line.
River Katina.
Katina on the pick. And Indy stops Ravenwood on 3rd down and 15. And that's exactly what the doctor
Yeah, we're going to see here. Right here. I think they were going to fake the out this time and hit the up, and Indy didn't bite. Trevor Andrews does a tremendous job always trying to create something, but when you hang the ball up against a good team like Indy, sometimes it doesn't work out for you.
57 seconds to go here. Campbell out to number 4, I believe. That is
Tyler Condra, 87.
Oh, my fault.
487.
487. Hut. Tyler Condra on the reception, and he's up close to the first down. He's just shy of the 25-yard line, which is where Indy needs to get for the first down. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter as you see the clock tick away. Just about got him again. 9 on the play clock. Here's Jackson again. And that Ravenwood defense swarms him under for no gain on the play, so that'll be the last play of the first quarter. As we head into the second, Ravenwood up 14-0. Paul Breece, your impressions?
You know, first opportunity to see Ravenwood live, and you know what? I like the way that the offensive play calling has gone, with just keeping things. Just take what the defense gives you, and that's what they've been doing. Just that last series right there when Andrews threw the interception, he was trying to do a little too much. I think the Ravenwood defense is wow. I think just put that 0 on the board against a team with you know, anytime they're on offense, I feel like they have an opportunity to score points, right, Michael Williams? I mean, Jackson Campbell, probably the best defensive back to play quarterback in a long time. But here's what I wanted to go back to as we talk about the playoff scenario. If Ravenwood, you know, if Indy somehow comes back, whoever finishes second, right, seems to have the easier path based upon this. Franklin High School has a tremendous chance of pulling off the upset against the number 1 seed from the other region, okay? And if that's the case, the number 2 seed.
That's the Davidson County region, right?
Right,
okay.
right. The number 2 seed would actually play the number Franklin. So, you know, I guess if you want to try to avoid the triangle of Independence, Ravenwood, and Brentwood, you know, in the second round, you know, your best bet maybe to finish second. But
we'll start the second quarter, 3rd down and 2 from the 22-yard line. Up the gut, couldn't tell exactly who the running back was. Might have been.
Oh, you know who it was.
Was that Hartwell again?
Oh, sure.
It was Trey Hartwell. Thought recognized his socks pulled up there. I didn't see that before, but Trey Hartwell, the big sophomore. Paul and I have been singing his praises all year long, and Trey Hartwell, who you'll likely be hearing about over the next couple of years for Independence, has the first down, 1st and 10. Campbell again rolling to his right. Slung down after the reception is made is Lockwood. Ball spotted just shy of the 35-yard line. Indy seemingly with the chuck and duck here early, and that could be pretty dangerous because we've seen Campbell. He can be a very accurate passer. We've seen him go deep a number of times this year, and when things open up, that's when he sees daylight and he can flat out scoot.
Uh-oh.
And there's another free 5 yards.
Well, I think Coach Daniels had enough of this. I think that's
number 70
78.
jumps. That is big Roman Bunza. And he was none too happy as he dropped his head and ran off the field there. He's probably been told a number of times not to do that and be careful of it, but they'll get you every time, Independence. 1st down and 10.
Wow.
Hartwell again. He's run back by a host of white shirts there.
Well, Hartwell just ran into a young man, Junior Colson, who's not Dixon County. Junior Colson is pretty good. Pretty good.
So ball spotted at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Just underway here in the second quarter. Ravenwood on top 14-0. They had 2 quick touchdowns there in the first quarter. Now Indy sets 10 on the play clock. Give up the gut.
Ethan Pickering on the carry for the Eagles.
Pickering crosses the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 4 yards on the carry. Brings up 3rd down and 2. Quickly back to the line are the Eagles.
Oh, I think it was.
And thought we saw somebody move on
Yeah.
that Indy line, but no flags come in. Doesn't matter as that Indy defense or that Ravenwood defensive front snows under Campbell for no gain. And again, Paul Breece, these Independence Eagles in this 4th down situation.
Yeah, I would like to see Jackson. Oh, and they're going to get a free one right there.
There's a free 5 yards all day long. That has got to be the 3rd encroachment penalty.
Let's get a move to change for that Nissan Eagle. First down.
It's all 53 trot off the field. I don't have a number. I don't have a name, rather, on the roster. Hardwell again finds a little daylight on the right side and rumbles close to the 1st down as Trey Hardwell. Crosses the 40, close to the 35. We'll see where they spot the ball. It's close to a 1st down. And one flagman wants to move, and the other one. So that will be a 1st down.
Nissan Eagle, first down.
We enjoy watching the young sophomore Trey Hartwell run, Paul and I have. We've seen these Independence Eagles about 4 times this year. And Hartwell destined to be a star. Campbell again, back to pass is a short dump off, this time to number 6. Hartwell once again, and Hartwell will have the 1st down and even more up to the 15-yard line. And Indy now knocks on the door.
Well, that's a tremendous play and a play call right there. The screen pass. Lineman almost got set, but here, good blocking downfield. And we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout on the field. That's a Raptor.
Well,
Timeout.
Michael Williams, a little life here on the Independent sideline, right? I mean, there was a chance when Ravenwood, right, got their 3rd offensive series starting inside the Ravenwood territory, and they were moving, and then they got sidetracked by the penalty and then the interception, obviously. To go up 21-0. If we could, Independence and the Independence faithful can somehow get a score here and make it 14-7 going into half, man, that would be huge. That would be huge. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael Williams. Does Independence look like they have a new scoreboard?
It's nice and bright tonight, and it is definitely working, which is a huge help for us.
Well, it has Indy and the guests, and I do not remember the state runner-up. So
maybe we'll have
I may
to.
be wrong, but man, it looks good. It looks good, Independence.
So Indy in business now, 1st and 10 from the Ravenwood 17-yard line. Campbell again, back to pass across the middle. Caught!
Wow!
Catch is made by Brigham Morikawa across the middle. A 17-yard strike for the touchdown. What a snag out of midair from Morikawa, the senior wideout. And that, Paul Breece, as they say, is just what the doctor ordered. The try is straight and true.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to see Campbell in the shotgun here. 1st and 10. He's going to check the skinny post right there. And nice extension by Morikawa. And, man, like I talked about, 14-7. Turns to the referee. Hey, bundled up. It was a bundle up night for us tonight. It's you can see your breath as you're talking, and got a couple of long sleeve and a jacket. What do they call this? Football weather.
We go from 95 degrees in mid-September to 45 in late October.
We never get nothing in between.
Right.
And if we do, it's like maybe 3 days. But if I'm not mistaken, we not get an hour of sleep back? That's the big question.
That's tomorrow night.
All right. This is going to be returnable.
Trey Thomas, number 3, look out. Got some wheels on that right side, and Thomas run out of bounds by the kicker, I believe.
Yep.
Over on the 45-yard line. So again, Ravenwood in excellent field position to start this drive. Up now just by a touchdown.
Wow. Independence had done all that work, and to possibly see that return for a score, oh, man.
There's an athlete right there, number 21. That is Justin Smitherman. He had a 73-yard touchdown reception earlier. And he is one of the go-to people here for Ravenwood. He's got it this time. Tries to find some daylight and is closed down at that 45-yard line. As Paul Breece, it looks like these Independence Eagles have had the fire lit under the backside.
Absolutely. I think Coach Blade, a former collegiate linebacker, and probably went over there to tell his defense, listen, guys, we got to make a stop here. I mean, the offense just scored for us. You guys got to create something here.
2nd down and 8 from the 45. This time Andrews, he'll take it up, dancing through tacklers, crosses the 45, is close to the 35 of Independence, and has a huge first down on 2nd down and 8.
Tremendous keeper by Andrews. Nice read.
Bounced off a couple of tacklers, and again, here's Ravenwood in Indy territory. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Across the center. Catch is made by number 4. That is Brendan Dickinson. And on what looked to be the old Florida jump pass right there.
Yeah.
Dickinson, he'll get up close to the 20-yard line. A first down for Ravenwood. Raptors knocking on the door here again. Andrews, he'll keep this time. Sheds a couple of tacklers, and we'll get up close to the 15-yard line. Spotted at about the 17, rather. Brings up 3rd down and short. Do these Eagles have another stop in them? Under 6 minutes to go here in the second. Andrews looking out to his left side.
Oh, nice play.
Pass is broken up, intended for Ross Johnston.
Chase Harmon on the play right there, the cornerback.
3rd and 5 for the Raptors.
The senior. And now this is a huge down, right? 3rd and 5. You think if they not convert, does Ravenwood kick a field goal?
I'm thinking not. I think
Coach
they stay.
Matt Daniel right there. He's going to he'll tell us here in a second, right? But he would love to just go ahead and get the first down or a touchdown. But
Andrews in trouble. Finds a little daylight on his right side.
Man.
Still working. And he will have the first down. He crosses into close to the 10-yard line. I believe they'll spot it right there at the 10-yard line.
That's good enough for a Raptor first down.
So again, in business is Ravenwood.
Yep, still could get a first down. They're at the 11, I believe.
So 1st and 10 from the 10, or from the 11 rather, as Paul Breece corrects me. Smitherman this time on the left side is
Oh,
tripped up. Nicely done. Shoestring tackle there by number, I want to say that's 20 or 33, as Pickering saved what could have been disaster for Independence. The run goes a long way, picks up 1 yard. So 2nd down and 9. Andrews again, this time on the left side, and he'll be ridden down again by Pickering.
Andrews on the keeper. Pickering on the stop for Independence. 3rd down for Ravenwood.
So 3rd down now. Ravenwood again can get the first if they cross that 2-yard line.
Well, keep your eye out on number 9 for Ravenwood right here. Jake Brenningstool, the tight end, going to Clemson. He is a prime target down here inside the 10, I think.
All 6'6", 220 pounds of him.
You know, a jump ball-esque type play maybe.
Play clock under 10. Andrews, he'll keep his own number. Paul Breece, you might be right. Inside.
Oh!
Pass is
Caught!
caught,
Uh-oh.
but they wave it off.
Wait a minute. They have a flag, I believe, down.
Do we have a false start?
No, ineligible receiver downfield.
Okay, so an ineligible downfield.
Yeah. I don't know if the tight end was covered or up on the line of scrimmage or not, but the play looked like it was going to Brenningstool, but you know, when you have 2 guys in one spot, something's wrong. But it did turn out to be a catch. It just unfortunately was had somebody down the field that shouldn't have been down the field. Man, I thought Coach Daniel was going to help me out with the Brenningstool thing, man. I called it out for him.
He liked that play too.
Yeah.
So the penalty backs the ball up outside the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 12. Andrews, 3 receivers right, looks right, got his man down the middle.
Number 2.
And this time the catch is made by Ross Johnston. His 2nd touchdown of the game from 18 yards away. Boy, both these quarterbacks have no problem going right down the middle. You don't.
Oh yeah, the middle of the field has been open, especially for the Raptors.
So again, Delper gang on for the try. Straight and true, and Ravenwood out front, 21-7, 3:32 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Let's take a look here. Andrews, the empty backfield, and man, they just an easy release, right, for Johnston. Nobody hit him off the line. Nobody to take him off his route. And when you have a free man like that against linebackers who are usually, you know, on their heels to begin with, it was just kind of too easy as the Raptors over there.
Johnston sure-handed on that. He had to dip down for it.
Now, the Raptors have had really good luck here on the special teams kickoff. We're going to see right here if they continue to squib it.
So Sapone heels on the goal line.
Well, look for one of the up guys to maybe field it here. If they've definitely got their eye and done their scouting here.
Again, tops it this time.
Look,
Sapone
another
still having trouble with it. Well, again, Indy having a hard time collecting the squib.
You know what?
The Ravenwood coaches up here on the press box yelling that they had the ball, but no such luck.
Tremendous job by the Raptors on this special teams area to know that the field is kind of moist, right? It's a little damp, and the football can be a little more difficult to pick up off the ground.
So first down and 10 from the 7-yard line. Here's Hartwell again. And Hartwell crosses the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he was tackled there by Junior Colson, the Michigan Wolverine commitment.
So lots of D1 prospects on this Ravenwood team. They played a lot of D1 prospects this year. In IMG.
Yep.
So second down 5, under 3 minutes to go here. Hartwell again over to the left side, breaks free, still on his feet. And Hartwell will be wrestled down at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 18 on the play. As Hartwell comes to life. And a first down for Independence, down 21-7. They'd love to have a score before going in at halftime. Campbell again across the middle. This time the catch is made. That is Ty Lockwood again, and Lockwood will carry some tacklers up to the 45-yard line for another Independence first down. Ty Lockwood, the sophomore wide receiver, all 6'4", 207 pounds of him. He's had a couple of nice catches tonight. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Looking to come off the edge is Ravenwood, and Campbell. He'll be run out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line.
Jackson Campbell on the keeper.
Well, not very good play by Campbell, just not to force anything right there, to get positive yardage in and to stop the clock.
Clean game so far. We've only had 2 penalties that I can remember off the top of my head here.
If you do not include the false starts by the Ravenwood
That's
D-line.
right. That's right. Right. Thought we may have had a little bit of movement that time. Campbell crosses the 45-yard line. He'll have the first down. Took a shot in the hip, it looked like.
Campbell on the run, stopped out there by number 1, Breece Smith.
Smith on the stop for Ravenwood. First down and 10, 90 seconds exactly to go here in the half. And Indy looking to tack on one more before going into the locker room. Lots of folks there on that left side. Here's Campbell again, and he crosses the 40-yard line.
Yeah, interesting play call. They've taken Campbell 2 or 3 times on the quarterback keep, and really have not looked to throw the ball out of that spot. And as the clock is continuing to run, and as the Independence Eagles have all 3 timeouts left, it's just interesting. No sense of urgency, Michael Williams.
So Coach Blade opts not to take the timeout. Campbell again checks his feet, and ball is incomplete.
Pass goes incomplete. No flags on the play.
Intended for, I wanted to say Calvin Wilson there, number 3.
Yeah.
Stops the clock with exactly 41 seconds to go. So Hartwell remains in the backfield for Indy. 3 receivers right. Campbell looks across the middle. This time Lockwood has it, shoves his way forward. Does Ty Lockwood. Up to the 30-yard line for the first down. And this time Coach Blades will call his timeout. 33 seconds remaining here in the half.
Ty Lockwood, the sophomore. carrying the people to the first down.
Lockwood putting defenders on his back and would not be denied the first down right there. Another look at it. Take us through that,
Yeah,
Paul.
I mean, absolutely. Just a great catch. And, you know, he sees the stick, I think, to the left, and he thinks, I'm close. I'm going to do what I can. And that first down obviously stops the clock, but Coach Blade with the timeout there.
So all those would-be wide receivers out there, that's all squats right there in the weight room.
Here's an interesting thing. You know, on Twitter, you know, it's easy to keep up with the scores now. You don't have to text your friends that are there, or you don't have to figure out a way to find out the score. Centennial did open up the game against Brentwood with a flea flicker touchdown, and they did take the lead 7-0, but now I think they are tied 7-7.
Oh, see if the Cougars can pull one out. Looking to see if Indy can pull one out right here. 1st and 10 across the middle, and that falls incomplete. Again, Lockwood, the intended receiver for Jackson Campbell, stops the clock
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
with 29.2 seconds to go, and 2nd down and 10. Again, hope you're joining us tonight via Facebook or YouTube live stream for this, our grand finale of the WCTV Game of the Week. Campbell again over the top, over the middle, and that one falls short again. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 now for the Eagles, 25 seconds to go.
Talked again about Campbell and his accuracy, but the last couple of tries fallen short. 3rd down and 10 now. Campbell again.
Plenty of time.
Patience in the pocket, across the middle.
Nothing.
And this time thought we might have a flag. I believe that was Morcal.
4th and 10 now for the Eagles.
Wow.
The intended receiver, actually, that was Condra again, number 87. So 4th down and 10, 20 seconds to go. Three incomplete passes in a row now for Campbell. Again looking, and this time under pressure. Can Campbell get away? This time
he's
the
open.
catch is made. That an unbelievable pass and catch reception made by Ty Lockwood as Campbell keeps the play alive and goes for 31 yards on the score. And Indy closes the gap to within a touchdown with 11 seconds to go here in the first half.
Oh, man. You got to be kidding me. That was phenomenal.
He must have been the only one in the stadium that knew that Lockwood was camped out over there on the sideline. PAT is good, Paul Breece, and we have got ourselves a game.
All right, Lance. Let's see. Are we going to catch this replay here? Campbell sees the backside coming, scrambling out. He says, I'm going to throw it up. Lockwood, where are you, my friend? You're my go-to guy. Bada bing, bada boom. The sophomore with the score.
Ty Lockwood, the man of that drive, absolutely. As again, I was looking at Campbell, and I thought he was going out of bounds with that ball just to not lose any yardage. But there was Lockwood right there, camped out on the sideline, and takes it the distance for the score. And here we are, 11.2 seconds to go here in the half. And we're separated by one touchdown.
Yeah.
21-14, your new score.
Not only did we just see it, Michael Williams, but 450 people watching on YouTube saw it. And I'm sure that number is going to keep climbing as we hit the second half.
So a high kick. This one is quite returnable.
Uh-oh.
If it can be fielded.
Ah.
And a long way. And we've got to have a block in the back, I believe. We can't.
Yeah.
Tackle made out there by number 9, Chase Harmon.
So flag back down at the 5-yard line. 2.2 seconds remaining.
Block in the back against the Raptors.
And the block in the back. And that'll put the ball in between the 5-yard line and the goal line. So probably not a whole lot going on right here as Ravenwood will, well, check that. The handoff is to Smitherman, and he gets up the middle shy of the 15-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. So as we head into halftime, Ravenwood 21, the Raptors 14. On the WCTV Game of the Week, we're back on the other side here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We've got a great one here at Independence High School tonight. Back at Independence High School for second half action between the Ravenwood Raptors and these Independence Eagles. First half score, Ravenwood on top, 21-14. Independence with a last-second touchdown right before the end of the half to cut the score to just a touchdown. Paul Breece will take us through what we need to know for the second half.
Well, what we need to know is Independence was very fortunate, created a turnover where Ravenwood was going to be heading down, trying to gain a 21-0 advantage. Turnover reversed the roles, and Indy has cut this thing to 7 and getting the ball here in the start of the second half.
Delpler Dang set to kick it away. Been squibbing these all night long, and again, this time Independence able to field it up at about the 35-yard line, and they'll take over 1st and 10. Lockwood again, the up back, able to field that one cleanly. They've had some difficulty with these squib kicks from Ravenwood out of the gates, but Indy fields that one nicely. Ty Lockwood, the man of the hour. A couple of touchdown passes and a couple of big first downs there in the first half. Indy takes over 1st down and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Campbell over to his right side, and again, this is Lockwood, and he's across the 50-yard line, where he's taken down, but not before he picks up another first down for Indy. What did you say into the halftime of Independence, Paul?
Well, I think you had to challenge the defense for sure. The offense, you know, I think Jackson Campbell, I think everybody knows what he can do, and, you know, this is going to be a big series right here as they get across Ravenwood's side of the field.
Hardwell this time on the carry, and he'll cross the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 5 yards on first down. Nice pickup on first down for the big sophomore running back.
You know, I think a lot of times we don't look at the lines, the offensive line and the defensive line, but I think the offensive line of Indy's got to set the tone here.
Quickly out to the left side, and that one will fall incomplete.
Probably one of the few bad plays that we've seen Jackson Campbell make, not just tonight, but in our 4 or 5 times we've seen him this year. You know, another interesting point here, Michael Williams, is the weather is it gets colder. When you get hit, it gets a little more.
Gets a little more sting to it.
Sting to it, yeah.
So 3rd down and 5 after the incompletion. Campbell again looking across the center. This time has the receiver for the catch. Wilson on the reception for another first down.
Wow, just kind of a little softer coverage than you were thinking right there from the Raptors. You know, and I could totally understand why Ravenwood's really not bringing different blitzes from different spots to confuse Jackson Campbell because this young man could take off at any moment.
Campbell again out to his right side. Here's Lockwood again, and hanging on for dear life. Number 4, that is Brendan Dickinson on the stop. As Lockwood again stretches that long 6'4" body close to a first down. He's going to be short by about 3 yards.
Well, Michael Williams, probably got to correct you. Andrew Dudas, 44.
44.
You're
thank
1-4 short. I was blinking it like that. I didn't know.
I was thinking 44, 44, 44.
Nice.
Campbell, he'll take off to the right side and is run out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Plenty for the first down.
Well, that time the Raptors did bring some pressure, but obviously we just talked about it. Jackson Campbell can get out of a bad situation pretty quick.
Boy, he got him out of a bad situation there before the end of the first half as he found Ty Lockwood over on the sidelines, and Lockwood able to race straight and true into the end zone and cut the lead to 21-14 with about 11 seconds to go in the first half. 3 receivers left. Hartwell in the backfield. They'll give to Hartwell, and he's up the gut. Carries a few Ravenwood defenders with him as he gets up close to the 15-yard line. I think they'll spot it at about the 17. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. We've seen these Independence Eagles. They've been down before this year, but they are hard. They're a hard out. Is Independence. Second down and 5 now. Campbell keeping all the way, tries to work his way back to the right.
Wow.
And he'll be swarmed under.
Yep.
As he'll pick up maybe 2 yards after all of that.
Big play here, Michael Williams, third and maybe 3rd and 4. Or a long 3. I would definitely keep your eye on Ty Lockwood, number 4. This guy is the safety valve of Jackson Campbell.
Cord to the middle.
That's Pickering on the slip screen right there.
Ethan Pickering.
Comes a big 4th down now.
And he's stopped just shy, about a yard shy of the first down.
A long yard.
It is a long yard.
This would be huge if they could draw the Raptors off sides.
Look for that hard count. That's exactly right. Watch this offensive line.
Now let's see if they run up here and see if they can draw them off.
Those defensive linemen have to be yelling at each other. Watch the shift here. And this time it looks like they'll call Independence on the false start. They sure do. Indy moves.
What do they say? Kind of backfired on you.
It sure did. So that'll back up Independence 5 yards. 4th down and 7, they'll call it. So Indy kind of outsmarted themselves on that one.
Well, a huge 4th and 7. We've seen Jackson Campbell pull out some miraculous moves here in our time on WCTV this season. Let's see if he can pull another one off in a must. Oh, and he did it, and he fumbled forward. The ball's loose, and it's scooped up by Independence, but he drops it. I'm sorry, Michael Williams. I got too excited right there. I took your job over. Oh, my. What a turn of events, though. Holy mackerel. Did you see what I see?
I was watching it the whole way. You were having so much fun doing that, I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, man, I apologize. But
check it out. Go. Take us through that replay right there.
You should do this, right? I mean, I thought the fake right here, he was going to get him up in the air, and then the ball pops loose. Ravenwood dead to rights. The ball's loose. This gentleman right here, scoop, just lay down, take the first.
Ball comes out again.
My goodness. You got to be kidding me, Independence.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, man. Yeah, if the young man goes down with the ball and just somehow if he just body lands on the ground, Independence is going to get the first down off that.
Well, we've got an injured player.
Yeah.
On the field. Couldn't tell exactly who that is. I think it's an injured Indy player.
Well, I believe it's the lineman. I believe it's 52, right? Let's check it.
52 is Kade Hollingsworth.
Yeah, Kade
so
Hollingsworth.
He was slow to get up. So after all of that, it's like Paul Breece watching a wrestling match.
I was like Jim Ross. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler.
So after all of that, Ravenwood will take over. First down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Their first offensive series of the game. Here's Andrews on the keeper. He'll cross the 20-yard line.
I still I think something, it's a Halloween, right? I think
right.
Something got into my body there for a second. And
you're overtaken by that green slime ghost.
yeah. But I ain't afraid no ghost.
That was beautiful. Second down and 8 as Andrews is able to cross the 15-yard line. 3 receivers to his right. This time Andrews keeping the entire way. Bounces off a couple of Indy tacklers.
Wow.
And Andrews all the way up past the 25-yard line. He'll have the first down. We've seen him do that more than once tonight. Trevor Andrews bounces off a couple of tacklers, spins away from trouble.
Well, Trevor Andrews may not be the best QB in the county, but one thing he is, winner. He's a winner. And right there just exemplifies that whole thing right there.
So first down and 10 from the 28. This time Andrews looking in trouble, trying to dance away from traffic. He's done this before and got away with it that time as the ball falls incomplete.
Man,
we'll bring up third down.
Something out of nothing, right, Trevor Andrews?
Well, he did that in the first half, tried to make something out of nothing and got picked off. But this time the ball falls incomplete, brings up.
Sometimes you can get away with plays like that, but against teams like Independence, probably not.
So second down and 10. Andrews again, he'll keep it. Finds a bit of daylight, sheds more tacklers. He's got the first down, and Indy corrals him right at the 50-yard line.
Oh, wow.
And Andrews for a 22-yard run.
You're talking about two extremes right there. The play before, he just throws it up, and anyone could have made a play on it. And to that play right there, where he just takes it right here for a gain of about 20 for the first down. And it's one of those things as a coach, you're thinking, no, don't make that play again. So, oh, yeah, now I know why you're my quarterback.
He's a chunk to bring down. Here he is again. Andrews will take it and slides down just as he crosses the 50-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 2 yards on the play.
Indy defense has got to make get a negative play right here. Got to put Ravenwood in a third in a difficult situation. The two guys we haven't seen tonight are the punters. Are they warming up? Are they sitting down? They're probably.
I think we've seen a couple of kicks tonight. And that's been.
Well, I believe that was Jackson Campbell on the quick kicks.
Yeah,
right?
the quick one. That's right. Second down and 9. This time across the middle, thought the catch was made, but it falls just out of the outstretched arms of the receiver.
Okay.
And now, Paul Breece.
Here we go, 3rd and 9. Big time.
Ravenwood in a 3rd and 9. Ball just inside the 50. Spotted at the 49-yard line of Indy. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Indy defense has to pin their ears back right here.
an eye on Andrews for sure.
Andrews again in trouble.
Here he goes.
Can he escape again? And this time a chop down right as he gets back just to the line of scrimmage. And what are you going to do right here, Paul Breece? 4th down and about 8.
Wow, I am shocked. They're gonna punt it. They're gonna punt it. I mean, we got to find out who the punter is. Looks like number 4, Brendan Dickinson, is the punter. Yeah, how about that? I believe this young man is.
Campbell, the quarterback, set to receive. His heels are on the 15 or the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Bizarre rugby-style kick. Campbell comes up, calls for the fair catch. They'll spot it right there at the 25-yard line.
And Jackson Campbell, he's been the quarterback,
the punter,
kick returner, punt returner.
Utility man tonight has been Jackson Campbell, the senior quarterback for Independence. 4:05 to go here in the third. 21-14, your score. Indy just takes over again. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Hartwell on the give. He'll bounce up close to the 30-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 3 on the play. So it was a pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 for Indy. Campbell again, this time looks to keep the entire way. Tries to turn the corner, and nothing doing as that Ravenwood defense. I think that was number 1 on the play. Bryce Smith.
Yeah, nice.
With the nice contain on that left side.
100%. I believe he came from across the field, too.
So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 5. Paul Breece mentioned it before, these Ravenwood Raptors, a number of Division I prospects on the squad. Campbell again across the middle, and this one is knocked down by one of those defensive linemen from Ravenwood. Brings up 4th down and 5.
Owen Davis, 5'10", and he got up and made the block. And Campbell now, we're in a situation where we're in 4th down territory, Michael Williams, 4th and 5, 4th and 4.
4th down and 4.
They're going to go offsides.
Got to get up to the 45-yard line for a 1st down. This is a dangerous play, and so dangerous, in fact, that Coach Blades will call a timeout. 2:47 to go here in the third. Ravenwood up 21-14. And this the season finale of the WCTV Game of the Week.
Yeah, next week, round 1 of the playoffs. It's going to be, Ravenwood, Brentwood, Franklin, and Independence representing this region. We got Fairview representing 3A. They got a big game tonight against Stewart County for the region title. Page High School has a chance to sneak in the playoffs, Michael Williams.
Big game last week against Franklin High School, the Admirals, rather.
Yeah.
With a last-second touchdown pass to Taylor Spirito. 4th down and 4. Indy comes out of their timeout, having talked about it. Now this time Campbell back, looks to punt it away and gets away a nice one.
Whoa,
and that takes a Ravenwood bounce and will die right at the 35-yard line. So the Raptors will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35, 2:36 to go here in the third quarter. Full moon tonight over Independence High School. Got a blue moon tomorrow night, Halloween.
Oh, wow.
And a
I was going to say.
we set our clocks back, so Halloween not kidding around tomorrow.
I like the last part.
On Saturday. First down and 10. Here are the Raptors. Andrews out to the right side. Catch is made by number 4. That is.
Nope. Hold that thought. Number 9.
Number 9. Sorry, can't tell my 9s from my 4s. Don't have my glasses on. Number 9.
Brenningstool, the Clemson product.
Jake Brenningstool, the senior, all 6'6", 220 pounds of him. He'll have the first down. Crosses the 45-yard line to the 46, 47.
As some people say, if this young man Jake Brenningstool doesn't get at least 10 targets a game, it's been a bad game for him.
Andrews again, and this time swarmed under as that Indy defense won't let him go that time. Hollingsworth on the tackle for Indy.
Uh-oh.
So no gain as Hollingsworth's tackle will limit Andrews to no gain and a second down and 10. You're looking at your phone there. You got a score for us?
I do not have a score. I just got an update that 500 people were watching. We've hit the 500 mark, so it's just getting to crunch time here.
Thank you, audience. Smitherman again, and this time this Indy defense, Paul Breece, has come to life, and we've got a flag on the play. I bet somebody must have chirped down there, made some noise, because that may be an unsportsmanlike coming up. Everybody was on their feet. I didn't see anything crazy happen, so somebody must have said something to the referee.
Oh, it's on Independence.
It's on Independence. They'll call the personal foul, so somebody, I believe that was a personal foul call. Somebody must have taken a swing down there. So the 15-yarder.
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah, that cannot happen.
That's a game changer right there, potentially. 1:23 to go in the third quarter.
Well,
Indy had Ravenwood backed up right there. But the personal foul penalty. Ball's outside. This looks to be the halfback option, and this one almost picked off. Way down there in the corner.
Maybe Brooks Sapone, the sophomore defensive back.
Sapone, the kick returner, too. Ball went right through his fingers. Second down and 10. 1:11 to go here in the third.
Very interesting call, by the way. But I guess,
we haven't seen number 21, the running back, Justin Smitherman, that much. He went out early or in the
right at the half.
End of the first half with a sore ankle, looked like. Kind of hobbled off the field, so he may be limited. But Indy will be called with the encroachment as the end jumped into the neutral corner, into the neutral zone. So the quarterback, Trevor Andrews, has been kind of the workhorse on the ground, as Smitherman looks to probably has been a bit limited after that, what appeared to be maybe an ankle injury in that first half. Second down and 5 after the encroachment call. Andrews again looks to go back to his left on the screen.
A nice setup, Michael Williams, by the motion right there. Everybody thought the play was going toward the Raptors sideline, and Andrews just turned around and flipped the screen back the other way.
Connor Pace on the catch for
Pace.
Ravenwood. Under a minute now, 45 seconds to go. Again, here's Andrews. Takes a lick, and he
that was against
falls up to about the 15 as the clock continues to tick.
Andrews went against Pickering that time, the linebacker for Independence, one of the tougher guys that we've seen. Always seems to have a nose for the ball, right, Michael Williams?
Absolutely. So this should likely be the last play of the third quarter. No chance of a running clock tonight, doesn't look like. Here's Andrews again across the middle, and that one will fall short. Maybe looking for a flag, but nothing doing. Pass intended for Ross Johnston again, number 2. And we've got 3rd down and 6. Seven seconds to go. So the incomplete pass stopped the clock. Andrews again, he'll roll to his right. Got some daylight on that right side, and he'll have the first down, maybe a little bit more, and he stopped just shy of the goal line as the siren sounds on the scoreboard, ending the third quarter, and we'll change sides of the field.
Well, let's walk it 99 yards the other way. Probably the worst case scenario for the referees, right?
99 yards and a touchdown ain't won just yet. So there you go, the end of the third quarter, 21-14.
No score. No score in the third quarter.
No score in the third quarter. Both teams knocked on the door, but both squads came up empty.
Yeah, I got to go back to that Independence fumble as a big-time.
The fumble recovery, fumble again.
Fumble recovery, fumble again. Yeah, that just because I don't know about you, but I felt Independence was heading the right direction to tie this thing up. Hey, let's talk about some scores from around the nation.
Go right ahead.
Hey, Brentwood, 36, Centennial 7, Fairview 14, and Stewart's County 7. What else you want to hear, Michael Williams? What else?
Tell me right fast about your Titans, Paul. They took it on the chin last week against Pittsburgh.
That's okay. That's okay.
But that was a tight game. Thought they might come back, but got home and they had lost it, 27-23?
I feel this, they say the Bengals may have it's maybe a trap game. I don't think so. I think the Titans going to TCB, take care of business, and going to pick up win number 6 on the season.
So 1st down and 2 as we change sides of the field. 1st down and goal to go, rather. Here's Smitherman, and this time he'll dive on the left side for the touchdown.
Number 5, Junior Colson.
Number 5, sorry about that. Junior Colson dives in from 2 yards out and will extend the lead by 2 touchdowns.
That's always a
4 seconds into the fourth quarter, and Ravenwood has the touchdown.
That's always a good weapon to have in your back pocket. A 6'3", 230 athlete that heading to Michigan that could just run it over from 2 yards out.
Delper Dang on the PAT. So the new score, 28-14.
Here we go, just a
gotcha,
head
nice
off to Colson. Yeah, I was going to just lean across. Really, the offensive line didn't really get much of a push. I mean, it was basically, here, Colson, you go for it. We'll see you when you finish. Franklin High School, the Admirals lead 36-20 over the Dixon County Cougars. Nolensville and Marshall County tied at 0. But again, this is all Twitter, right?
Right. Morcal set to receive for Independence with his toes on the 5-yard line. Can't get enough Van Halen over the last 3 weeks.
Nope.
This one returnable. Morcal up past the 30-yard line. as Independence will take over first down and 10. You're down 2 scores, Paul. You got 11 minutes and 50 seconds to make something happen.
Yeah, this is, what do they say, do or die? Score. We got to score, we go home. Jackson Campbell, though, if you trust the process, right, Jackson Campbell's the guy you want.
Hardwell again this time. That Raptor defensive front able to contain him right there, and he'll be stopped for no gain. They'll call it a yard. Second down and 9. Campbell will keep it this time. Go across the middle this time. Lockwood once again.
Nope, 87, tight end.
Sorry about that. That's Tyler Condra. Condra all the way up to the 22-yard line of Ravenwood.
And a quick score. We'll see Condra here release from the top of the screen, and a tremendous pass as Campbell just threads it. And now Condra on the race, and he's going to get caught, but the Eagles are in business.
I had my eyes on Lockwood that time. Here's Campbell again, rolling to his right, in trouble, using that speed, and he'll be run out of bounds right back at the line of scrimmage.
Campbell run out of bounds, bring up second down for the Eagles.
So they'll actually give him a gain of 2 yards on the play, second down and 8. Watch over the middle right here. Again, Condra on the catch, and he'll get up to the 20.
Yeah, just about a gain of 1.
Not much on that one.
3rd and 8 maybe.
They'll spot the ball. The nose of the ball is right there at the 20-yard line. Indy's got to get to about the 11-yard line for the first. Campbell loves to go across the middle right here.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to get anything?
Ball falls incomplete. Wilson, the intended receiver, and the ball falls short. So 4th down and 8, Paul Breece.
Yeah, it's a must go for it kind of play right here. Down by 2 scores. Field goal does you no good.
So Campbell, ball is low on the snap. Ball is back, picked off. This could be trouble. I thought we may have had a face mask right there on the tackle. Number 24 on the pick is Isaac Rollins.
Well, that was a great play by the Ravenwood defense. It's almost like they knew the play was happening. They throw back. They knew Lockwood was going to be the guy. And then it becomes a foot race. And I believe they called him out of bounds, but
looks like a
not sure why they stopped it. They called it, I don't know. Wait a minute.
We've got offsetting.
Offsetting penalties does this.
One on one, one on the other.
Wow.
So not altogether clear on what we should explain right there. Referee pointed at Independence, then pointed it at Ravenwood, and the Raptors will take over 1st and 10 from the Indy 37. Just under 10 minutes to play in the ball game, 9:54 to go. This time the ball out to Smitherman.
Oh, good stiff arm.
And he will dance his way back to the line of scrimmage after that nice contain by the Indy defense.
You know, after local high school kids, you know, get to see, you know, Derrick Henry, right, do what he does with the stiff arm. It's very interesting to see as these kids try to emulate that stuff.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Fake the sweep. Here's Andrews again, and he'll run up into a pile of people right after crossing the 35-yard line. Raptors looking to keep this clock ticking with this 2-touchdown lead.
And, you know, with the clock churning, they couldn't be happier if you're a Raptors fan. So, 3rd down, though. Big play.
3rd down and 7 for the Raptors. Andrews again, trouble underneath, and this time bold under. I think that was Ethan Pickering.
Yeah. We're talking about a kid that, you know, we said it, knows for the football. Tremendous play on a huge down. And it looks like the Raptors may actually punt the ball.
So the Raptors, they march some off. They'll march some on. Campbell toes at the 10-yard line. Short kick and look to kill it inside the 5-yard line and rolls just beyond the goal line. So 7:36 to go. Here come the Independence Eagles. 1st down and 10 from their own 20. They've got 7.5 minutes to work with. They're down 2 touchdowns. Final game of the regular season. Campbell again, this time out to the left side. That's Lockwood again. Keeps his feet.
Oh, wow. Oh.
And straddles the sideline and gets whacked out of bounds. And here comes a late flag. So they called him out. He stepped out with his left foot over there on the sideline. And then the Ravenwood defender came in and popped him out of bounds. So that's a free 15 yards. We'll see where they spot it.
While we sort this out, Michael Williams, I got to give a shout out to the Franklin Admirals girls soccer team. They picked up a opening round win in the state soccer tournament today.
Against whom? Against whom?
I knew you should have had me. Here's what I do know. It went. It ended up being overtime. Man, where is the Collierville?
Collierville.
And they beat them 5-4 on PKs. So talk about an ending right there. So the Admirals advance. I'm trying to see if I believe the Ravenwood Raptors girls team also participated in the state soccer tournament. And still looking for that. I'll try to do some more searching while we sort these things out, right?
Well, congratulations to our Centennial Lady Cougars. They had a nice soccer season this year. So after the penalty, the ball is marked just shy of the 45-yard line. Exactly 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Getting the ball out to this time to Calvin Wilson. And Wilson is up close to midfield. Clock is stopped with, well, it continues to tick away. Thought he was run out of bounds.
Okay, Ravenwood Lady Raptors win 5-0 in the state soccer tournament opening round. Obviously, Franklin and Ravenwood would not meet in the finals until the finals.
Hartwell again. Big hole up that right side. And Trey Hartwell will cross the 45-yard line into Ravenwood territory. Big first down.
Nice run by the sophomore.
There you see big number 6. This time Campbell keeping the whole way, and he'll be slung down in the backfield. That Ravenwood defense having none of it.
No. Noah Clifton, 79.
Noah Clifton, number 79, all 6'3".
I believe he may not even be in the roster. I think he's 6'5".
Oh, sorry. Reading the wrong roster. That's the bazillionth time that's happened in my broadcasting career.
Well, I think he's not even listed on this roster is what I would have been told. That's why the PA guy doesn't have a clue.
He's keeping silent. So second down and 16. Campbell lets this one go. And Calvin Wilson back to the 45-yard line, the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to be a big third down right here.
So third down and 10 after the reception. 5:34 remaining in the ball game.
The clock continues to run, Michael Williams.
It's certainly not Indy's friend right now. Campbell again under pressure. Looked to go long, but is swarmed under. Ball is free. The Ravenwood kids are up pointing their direction. And they've got it.
Oh, man.
Ravenwood comes away with a fumble. Couldn't exactly tell who came out of the bottom of the pile.
Well, here's what I do know. Campbell going to step up. Brenningstool from behind the product, Clemson University, and strip, sack, fumble, recovery, Raptors.
So on the recovery, the Raptors take over. First down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 5:06 to go in the game. Paul Breece, this could be.
I'll look for the Raptors to just go ahead and see if they can run this out with. Is this Smitherman?
Smitherman again up the middle. Maybe a yard on the play. Clock continues to run, under 5 minutes to go here. We saw this Independence team the first game of the year, and probably what was the best game on WCTV.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against Summit, just down the road, Battle of 840.
Talking about Summit, crazy season. I mean, I believe they got 3 quote-unquote COVID wins this season, and we're the region champion, and they only played like 6 games.
Interesting year. Second down and 8. Ball marked right at midfield. Andrews again, and this time.
Nice play. Is that Pickering? Yep.
Ethan Pickering again. We'll call his name quite a bit on defense. Andrews slung down.
Third down for the Raptors.
Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Andrews again, quick pitch out to Smitherman on the left side. He's got a little bit of daylight, and that's exactly what Ravenwood needed, was that first down.
Huge first down.
Ball marked inside the 40-yard line of Indy.
And a pretty simple play is it just became a toss to Smitherman, and he just had to do it on his own. And sure enough, a gain of about 13.
Three minutes to go here in the ball game. Ravenwood in no hurry. First down and 10 from the Indy 38-yard line. 7 on the play clock. There they go, and Smitherman again, this time up the center.
Oh, wow.
Finds a little bit of daylight, and he's close again to the first down. So Smitherman showing no signs of that bum ankle there, suffered in the end of the first half rather. And again, Ravenwood's going to take its time.
Yeah.
Up 2 touchdowns.
Well, with you got a big game down in Nolensville. The Knights in Marshall County tied at 21.
Smitherman again, and this time falls short of the 30-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here. Clock is stopped at 1:54.
Well, Brentwood is ahead, Michael Williams, 49-7. So go ahead and chalk that up as a victory. And if things hold true here, Brentwood would actually.
Will they take the title? Will they take the region championship?
It would be a
three-way. They beat Ravenwood this year again, right?
They beat Ravenwood. Independence beat Brentwood. And Brentwood beat Ravenwood. 3-way tie. And I believe the tiebreaker is, wins. I don't know. I'd have to confirm here. And Brentwood would have 7. And that would make them 1. Ravenwood 2.
Third down for the Raptors.
And Independence 3 because of the head-to-head.
Well, Indy will fall to. Indy is undefeated in the region. This will be their first loss. 4th down and 1, and the hard snap will get Independence
Wow.
on the encroachment, and another free first down for Ravenwood. And if there was ever any daylight left for the Eagles, it probably was just snuffed out right there.
Yep.
As the Ravenwood coaches make the descent down into the press box. They're turning out the lights. Paul Breece, look at this. I think this is I want to say this is our 5th season doing this. Is it?
Together?
Together, yours and mine.
Oh, okay.
You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I've lost count.
But I think this is my 5th season.
There you go.
With you?
It would be what you call the craziest.
Indeed. Let's hope we never have another season like this.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Kind of
here's
these patchwork games.
Here's what we know. I feel pretty confident that somebody from this region has a chance to play in the Blue Cross Bowl in Cookeville.
I think you're right. I would absolutely agree with that.
And 1 week we watch Independence, we think, man, these guys have a pretty good shot. Now we see Ravenwood. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed by these Raptors.
Absolutely. They've got 1 minute and 16 seconds to wrap this one up. Smitherman again on the right side, up to the 20-yard line.
Yep, now we're going to see if Coach Blade uses a timeout here. It looks like he's going to go ahead and just let the clock run. Down by 14. Well, Michael Williams, we wish all the Williamson County football teams good luck in the playoffs.
You have Summit in there. You have Ravenwood. You'll have Indy. You'll have Brentwood.
Yep.
Hopefully Page.
Fairview will be there for sure.
Hopefully the Yellow Jackets.
I think the Yellow Jackets, we didn't ever see them in person. We were supposed to go see them a couple times. But I think they have a shot. I think Chris Hughes might finally get over the hump and make it a little further than what, they've been kind of stopped by Pearl Cone the last few years, and I feel the Yellow Jackets may have a shot at it. So, but congratulations to the Raptors and to Brentwood High School, I believe, the region champs. Unofficially.
Unofficially. So we take this one down. Zeros on the scoreboard. Your final score, Ravenwood 28, Independence 14. Glad to have had you with us all year long, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on the WCTV Game of the Week. For everybody here at the WCTV Game of the Week, Paul Breece, I'm Michael Williams signing off until next year. We'll actually hopefully see you in basketball season after Christmas time. Have a great playoff run, Williamson County Schools. There's your final score, 28-14. And we'll see you in the wintertime.